Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run. Sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, a run with Breida. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun, Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. A bad third down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field. Now you've turned it over, and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball in the coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. On second down, it's Pollard. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Now a give coming right is Breida. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year. Franchise rookie record for Dallas en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Love. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down, Love. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Pollard going to try the right side. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. On 2nd down now, Pollard. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida. 89 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary, in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Let's go one more.
Throwing on first down. Love. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now a first carry for Dial Pumphrey. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. 3 buzz.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the run.
On first and 10, Love. That'll be complete to Breida. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Love. Well, he's going to go for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On third down, it's Pollard. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Here's Breida. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
50 to Mike. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
On first down, Love. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Check. Hey, check.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Here's Pollard again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Cooper's got it. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Prescott on first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves.
And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. to throw on second down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football, so there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got you. I got you.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 9. And runs like that with explosiveness, that's what this rookie can bring to the table.
And add to it speed, patience, vision. A rookie has all of that. That's usually a veteran's combo plate. I love this guy.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Let him know. Shift.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Any day. Check that.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And it makes the score 21-10. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to flash together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll toss it to Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Love. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Dolphins on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Love. And this is Parker, complete. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
They run for it with Breida. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now he'll let this one go deep, right sideline. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. This is Breida. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 39.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellows up front in order to bring this one home.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run again with Breida. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jalen Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Flush to his right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the return will stop right around the 25. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Pollard, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Prescott on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Come on, set. Set it in there. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And this is going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a give, right side. Pollard, and he'll be taken down at the 18. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey, 4 down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it with Pollard. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. He talked about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Miami, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
you